Black Intersectionality by Jaden Downing, English 102. Black intersectionality can be described as being unionized with oppressed peoples throughout the world and specifically with African and Black peoples. Racism could play a role in intersectionality as well, because what gives people the right to judge someone off their nationality based on their appearance or the way they walk or operate as a human? That's why as soon as people see a Black person, he or she automatically thinks they're African American, don't know a thing about one another, yet quick to judge. And that could be offensive to people who aren't African American and who aren't from the United States. I picked this picture to the bottom right corner because it practically gives all the factors of how intersectionality is and how you are looked at and judged as by that. Your race, your education, sexuality, ability, age, gender, ethnicity, culture, language, and class. Internationality happens everywhere. People are judging and looking at someone thinking about their race. To be an American is hard. To live up to so much, yet again prove your worth and make a change. Everybody's different and comes from different areas. Not only Black people can be African. I say this because we can take away people's identity when we judge who they are before knowing one. But that's because we're so labeled in America. It tends to strip us apart from one another when we're supposed to be united. It can feel more separated than anything. The author of this article states, for many international students of color, suddenly becoming a minority within the racialized environment of the U.S. is often a lot to process. They experience discomfort from many different sources. The privileged position that many international students occupied in their home country may make them extra sensitive to their new minority status and the discrimination they experience in the U.S. This quote expresses how certain kids who are internationally colored that have moved on from their country to U.S., how they feel themselves. They don't feel welcome when they come to the U.S. They feel like the outsiders of the group who can be picked on or just don't feel comfortable being there in the atmosphere. A change. A better way people can come across foreigners and people who look from different countries to tackle intersectionality one way is to share resources between different countries for better goods and services. Have events for different countries with different foods laid out, art, everyday toys, and everybody's countries are tasting one another's culture's food. This way, it benefits everybody in it, especially developing countries and countries who are still struggling. It helps countries share resources, cooperate, and exchange goods. Also builds chemistry with one another, helps everybody feel united and as one, and not so much as an outsider. Also visiting countries that are endangered or in need of resources all adds up. Creating a story for the people's voices that can't be heard, that needs to be heard, and don't have the resources to let them be heard can help also. Everything has to work to do. With help from another country just makes it better. An author from a website states, internationalism can sustain quality of life of many nations. It can also greatly improve the quality of life that nations cannot achieve on their own by interacting with other nations, either bilateral or multilateral. Nations can achieve many interests through internationalism. Nations may also lend a hand to another nations who are developing and struggling. This helps the world become more integrated in a way that benefits all, not only the developed nations. Internationalism is an important part of our globalized world. This quote expresses how the world could be. Of course, it wouldn't be easy, but it will bring the world together and make it a better place. Help people feel welcome, and it can open up a lot of things and good things that come out of that.